I don't think we've got a better friend anywhere in the country than Chuck Fleischman. We get to see him every Saturday and multiple times in between, especially during the football season. But he's a great supporter for our university and our state. At the state level, I'm not sure that our House Speaker Cameron Sexton or Lieutenant Governor Randy McNow were able to join us. I'm hopeful that they will be, if not later, but their support has also been critical. And finally, I just want to thank everybody at the University of Tennessee, Chancellor Plowman and Dr. Sakurai, Vice President Stacey Patterson, all the people that worked so hard to make this application as strong as it was and to win. I think at one count, I think the application was 300 pages. And so there's a lot of work that goes into these things. It's very, very competitive, and a lot of toil and sweat went into it. And so I just want to make sure we acknowledge all of their hard work in making sure that we had a winning proposal. As Senator Alexander has highlighted, we've had a long relationship with Oak Ridge National Lab, or even before the UT Patel contract was established 20 years ago. And the partnership has been strong, and there's been so many different initiatives that we've done together. But recently, as of last year, we were able to announce the Oak Ridge Institute, which created an umbrella organization that pulled all of these different initiatives together under one collaborative arrangement in which we can be more efficient, more effective, and collaborate in ways that we haven't ever done before. But also allowed us to create a foundation to do more things and to create new centers of excellence. And that's what this contract or this grant's going to allow us to do, centers of excellence, to bring more students and scientists to this partnership to be able to get do the science that they aspire to do. I had Undersecretary DeBar at a conference last June, and it was great to have him here. And he said something to me then that has stuck with me since. He said, at the Department of Energy, we have billions of dollars that we can invest in science. So we can do the science, but what we can't do is create the scientists. We have to have a university partnership to be able to do that. And the future of our country depends on being able to develop scientists. And so we believe that this partnership, this grant, is going to will allow us to do that. So again, thank you to all those that have done so much to make this possible. Now I'd like to turn it over to the 50th governor of the state of Tennessee, my friend and great University of Tennessee and Oak Ridge National Lab supporter, Governor Bill Lee.
Thank you, Randy. President Boyd, congratulations to you and to Chancellor Plowman and to your team for really this very important and exciting thing for the state of Tennessee. And thank you, Senator Alexander. As a former governor, you must know what this might feel like for me to have such a globally significant announcement, really, because certainly the Oak Ridge National Laboratory has been a global factor, both in the protection of this country and in the development of the future of energy and other technological advances for our nation. So this is a very important announcement, not just for Tennessee, but for the nation. And thank you, Senator Alexander, again for putting this together and for leading from the time you were the governor through your time at University of Tennessee, through your role nationally. You've been a really important piece of this, and we're really grateful for it. You and I visited together there at Oak Ridge. As an engineer myself, I have a deep love for and strong belief in the fact that this country has a unique opportunity and role to lead the nation in an emerging economy that will require scientists and engineers to unlock that which needs to be unlocked to address the challenges ahead of us, whether it's the next pandemic or whether it is technology associated with autonomous vehicles or what the next technology that is going to be important for our country can be developed right here in Tennessee at the Oak Ridge corridor. And that is exciting to me because I do want Tennessee to be a leader in this country. And the Oak Ridge Institute will allow us to put together all the pieces that will do just that. The University of Tennessee's been a leader. Oak Ridge National Laboratory, Dr. Sakurai, your organization. You have been leaders in the country, but when we couple those together and bring the resources that are available to us right here in this great state, then we really can serve the nation in a greater way, and that's an honor for me, and it's a privilege for our nation. So thank you for the partnerships. Thank you for all the work that's been done ahead of time. Certainly, Secretary Brulette, and former Secretary Perry, the Department of Energy, and your commitment to Tennessee and your believing in our resources here and the assets that we have. It's greatly appreciated, very valuable part of who we are as a state. And I also want to, besides all the other folks on this call, Representative Fleischman, Congressman Fleischman, you have worked hard from a federal level alongside Senator Alexander. Your passion for the Oak Ridge corridor has been longstanding, and you've expressed that to me. And I want to appreciate. I want to tell you how much I appreciate your commitment to this as well. So, for me as governor, I'm here to say thank you. Thank you and congratulations for what this means for Tennessee, for what this means for our country. We're excited and I'm proud.
Governor, thank you so much for those supportive words. I understand that the secretary has to leave, but I want to thank him one more time before he leaves, and for all the support and belief and faith in us, and we plan on living up to all that confidence that you've bestowed on us. Now, I'd also like to turn it over or introduce Senator Marsha Blackburn, who's also with us. As in a former life as the Commissioner of Economic and Community Development, I got to work with Congressman Blackburn oftentimes, and there was nobody that was a bigger advocate for technology and workforce development, and saw how those two things went together. So I'm so happy that she could join us, and I'd like to have her share a few words with us. Senator Blackburn?
Yes, and thank you so much. And how exciting this is for you all. When Chancellor Plowman and President Boyd came to visit me and talked about their vision for this Oak Ridge Institute, we were completely on board for this, because we think this is such an exciting time, not only for Oak Ridge, but for all of our national labs. And when you look at the nexus and the integration of commercial technologies and what is happening in the defense space, you know that what Oak Ridge can contribute is just so incredibly significant. That is why we worked with Dr. Sakurai, and we have an Oak Ridge Fellow who is in our office, because we think it is so important as you look at the founding of this institute and you look at the changes that are going to take place in our nation in advanced manufacturing, in medical isotopes, in artificial intelligence, in autonomous vehicles, in hypersonics, in supercomputing, in quantum computing. That is Oak Ridge. That, in a nutshell, is what is being done at Oak Ridge. And last week, my team and I were hard at work on the National Defense Authorization Act, and Heath Huckabee, who is our fellow, was right in the middle of this as we thought about what could be done in Tennessee. How could we work together as a team? So today is incredibly exciting for us. Knowing that you all were standing up this institute, Senator Jackie Rosen from Nevada has joined with me. We have done an advanced manufacturing bill that will work with educating our junior ROTC students, another one that will work with workforce development, because Oak Ridge and the companies that are going to populate this space are going to need those workers that are going to be experienced in advanced manufacturing. We know this is going to present opportunities for the Institute. Senator Menendez has joined me with the SAMC legislation, which is returning the manufacturing of those active pharmaceutical ingredients to the United States. In this legislation, we've included a $100 million grant pool for institutions of higher learning who are going to seek to partner with pharmaceutical companies in the biological sciences. There again, we know this is going to be so beneficial to UT's Oak Ridge Institute. So we are here to work with you. We thank the governor for his good work. We thank Senator Alexander for his leadership and his commitment to this. Congressman Fleischman, who has carried the push for this in the House. And we look forward to many good years of productive education and collaboration with the Institute. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator, so much for those inspiring words and for all that you do for the state of Tennessee and for the University of Tennessee. And you gave a great preamble for our next great friend, Representative Chuck Fleischman. Most people just know him for his outstanding ability on the baseball diamond, but I know him also as a great appropriator, a very effective leader, and a great advocate for the University of Tennessee. And I'm so happy that he's able to join us today and share a few words. Representative Fleischman, could you share some words with us?
Thank you, President Boyd and Chancellor Plowman. To everybody on this call, right now, our country needs a source of optimism. We need a source of healing. And when I think about, Randy, your idea for this consortium that you shared with me well over a year ago when you came to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and I said, wow, what a great idea. This is a great day for Tennessee. It's a great day for my alma mater, the University of Tennessee. I remember vividly driving down from Chicago to University of Tennessee in Knoxville in 1983 and seeing that beautiful bridge, University of Tennessee. But wow, our alma mater is a great school. Oak Ridge National Laboratory, Dr. Sakurai is on the phone now. As most of you know, I am the national co-chair of the National Labs Caucus. But I say this, when Senator Alexander came to me a long time ago and said, Chuck, I think I'd like you to be an appropriator. And I said, why? He was correct almost a decade ago. And this has truly been what we do at Oak Ridge and with my alma mater, a great part of what my congressional legacy is and will be in the future. Governor Lee, I want to thank you. We have had governors in the past, some of whom who have embraced what we do at Oak Ridge and others not so much. You came over right away with Senator Alexander and myself and met with Dr. Zachariah and looked at the entire Oak Ridge Reservation, which literally is the strongest reservation in the country. And Dan Brouillette, our energy secretary, has done so much. Marsha Blackburn, it's always a great privilege to work with you all. But really today is a sense of optimism. Almost everything has been said, but as bright as today is, the future will even be brighter for the University of Tennessee, Oak Ridge, and for our nation because of this. So, President Boyd, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chuck, again for all your support and for the ability to work with you on so many different issues over the year. We can always count on you. We really, really appreciate you. To get anything done, you have to have great leadership. And for my alma mater as well, Chuck, we have the great privilege of having a great leader now as Chancellor Dondi Plowman leading the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And I'd like to turn it over to her now to share a few words with us.
Thank you very much. And thank you to Senator Alexander, Secretary Brouillette, Governor Lee, President Boyd, Senator Blackburn, and many others. It's an honor to be with this esteemed group today and exciting to be talking about this next step towards fulfilling the dream that Senator Alexander was talking about. This institute will strengthen what is already an excellent partnership with ORNL, and it will help us attract top researchers and faculty and graduate students to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. This is an investment in the scientists of tomorrow, and it's also an investment in the workforce that we need to be globally competitive in the future. UT Knoxville is Tennessee's major R1 land grant university. We have a covenant. That's how we think about it, as a covenant with this state, the state of Tennessee, to educate Tennesseans, to recruit the best and the brightest to the state, and to support the state's economic development and critical research needs. One of the great advantages of ORI in accomplishing these things is how interdisciplinary it is. And that's the way problems are these days. They're all connected to one another. Our existing governor's chairs who have joint faculty appointments with UT Knoxville and with ORNL, they bring together the best in physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, engineering, computational sciences, and so many more. And they combine these perspectives and expertise to solve some of the world's biggest problems and literally reimagine the future. That's how I think of this place. Expanding and enhancing these interdisciplinary programs through ORI is going to further strengthen research in the much needed areas of energy efficiency, smart neighborhoods, grid storage, on and on and on. Important areas where we need work. So, in this way, we can both help solve some of the world's grandest, most significant challenges and also turn out a really strong, diverse talent pool that will benefit this state. So, I appreciate the leadership that's gone into making this day happen. Randy, thank you for your continuous, nonstop enthusiasm about this and actually everything. I think ORI will be a model for the world. So thank you all.
And everybody at the University of Tennessee, and I'd like to ask him to share a couple of comments with us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that Secretary Brouillette left because I'd practiced his name for the last 5 minutes. So I'm sorry he didn't get to hear me say it. And of course, President Boyd, Chancellor Plowman, she's always been very gracious to me. My friend Thomas Sakurai, of course, Senator Alexander, who ran the University of Tennessee either in my 5th or 6th year of undergraduate studies. I'm not sure which, but we both had a really good run. It's always good to see him. And the good folks in Oak Ridge, I appreciate y'all. Over 6,000 folks that live in the 2nd Congressional District, the district I represent, actually work in the Oak Ridge area, either at DOE or ORNL. And I'm tickled to death that my alma mater is providing top-tier science and engineering research for the education programs that we're providing. And I hope in the future, our next generation of those research folks do come from the University of Tennessee, and we keep our homegrown folks here. We provide great jobs. And thank y'all for the opportunity to be here and adding me as a lead. Thank you very much. And I'll use back the rest of my time to somebody else.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you joining us. It's great to see you. And finally, I'd like to introduce Dr. Thomas Sakurai. Everybody on the call so far has recognized and acknowledged his great talents. We're so fortunate to have him as the leader of the Oak Ridge National Labs, but also as such a partner for the University of Tennessee. His roots are strong in East Tennessee. He's been a passionate advocate, not just for the Oak Ridge National Labs and the University of Tennessee, but for economic development in the entire region. And so it's great to have him as a part of this initiative. Mariah, over to you.
Well, thank you, Randy. Let me take this opportunity to again thank Secretary Brouillette. I know he has to leave early, but this truly is a tremendous support. Workforce development is a major priority of the Department of Energy, and Secretary Brouillette and the department's strong support for Oak Ridge Institute is much appreciated. I know Assistant Secretary Dan Simmons is on the line, and so I want to especially recognize Daniel Simmons, who's Assistant Secretary for Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, and is a key partner in the Oak Ridge Institute at the University of Tennessee. It's my pleasure to also thank and acknowledge the strongest support from Senator Alexander, who's been a long-standing supporter of science in the United States, and also the support of the UT partnership, as well as Senator Blackburn and our elected representatives, Chuck Fleischman and Tim Burchett. Again, without their strong support, Oak Ridge would not be the premier research institute that it is today. As it has been acknowledged, there has been tremendous partnership between the university and the laboratory that dates back to the Manhattan Project. In fact, some of the early programs in nuclear energy was created at the intersection of the University of Tennessee and Oak Ridge National Laboratory. As our nation faces a new challenge in terms of economic support, this is truly a pivotal moment and an important program that will be an exemplar for the rest of the university laboratory partnership. And so I really want to acknowledge the strong support that the state has always given. Many governors have invested in the partnership between UT and ORNL, and I appreciate the strong support of Governor Lee in the Oak Ridge Institute. I hope that Oak Ridge Institute will be the legacy that Governor Lee leaves behind as we build for the next 75 years of partnership between the university and the laboratory. And finally, I mean, I really appreciate the partnership and the friendship with President Boyd and Chancellor Plowman. I think that it has been such a pleasure to work with both of you as we mold and shape this institute between our two great institutions. I truly have this vision that I know that both of you share, that one day it will be looked up as one of the leading educational institutions and institutes in the country, much like Caltech. I think that our ambition is no less than being that beacon on the hill, if you will, in terms of graduate education for the industries of the future, producing the next generation of innovators, educators, and academics. So thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for this.
Well, thank you, Thomas, for those comments, and thank everyone that took the time. For many of you, like me, this is the first time that I've had an opportunity to do an announcement via Zoom. So it's a different experience, kind of like being together and celebrating, but we made this work. I think we got a chance to say thank you to everybody that had the vision, the ideas, and those that provided the funding. But now, just like any other initiative, now comes the hard work. You know, as a business person, I don't know how many times people would come up to me and say, gosh, I wish I had that idea about whatever product it might be. But you always just smile, no, idea only takes you so far. Then it's up to you and your team to do the hard work. I can commit to you that our team is ready to do the hard work. We're ready to get going now. I look forward to some of the great successes that we talked about, expecting to come to fruition in the near future and have everybody back together in person very soon. Again, thanks everybody for being a part of the call. Thanks for being a part of this historic moment in the history of the state of Tennessee, the University of Tennessee, and our country. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, everybody.